Welcome to another Indie Dev Showcase, highlighting the many indie games we play here on the channel. If you'd like to submit a game for a future video, please reach out. But otherwise, let's begin. We're starting things off with Nimrods. This footage is taken from when the game was released at 1.0 in 2024, but it has been updated since. This is a gun crafting take on the Bullet Heaven formula. You'll be once again running through fields, shooting lots and lots of creatures and trying not to die. Where our twist comes in is that instead of you choosing from different perks on level up, you choose from different gun parts. These will of course be added to whatever weapon you select at the beginning of the game, and they'll do everything from changing the properties of bullets, making the gun shoot faster, maybe change all bullets to grenades, and much more. When the run is over, you are free to take your gun back to your space station / hub, which you can either keep it and use it on for future missions, or sell it, and then the money becomes your kind of meta currency. In order to unlock permanent perks, new guns, new perks, you get the picture there. And it's a very solid take on the formula. Now, if you're hoping for like super complicated or involved gunplay, even with the gun crafting, it doesn't quite go that far. And this one I would say is a solid like first time, or if you're like a modern fan of Bullet Heavens. If you're looking for something that's like more involved or more advanced, like a Death Must Die or Halls of Torment, I don't think Nimrods gets that far, but it's still a very enjoyable and original take on the formula. And now we go to Trash Goblin. This is a cozy, kind of light shop management style. You play a goblin working for a curio shop, and it's up to you to clean up various curios, get them all ready for selling, and then get them into the hands of the right customer. Each day you'll be able to, within the kind of use of your energy, clean up and acquire new curios. Once they're all ready for selling, you will wait for customers to come and then give them the curio or the curio type that they're looking for. Those will of course earn you money, and as the game goes on you'll be introduced to new tools which will come with new minigames, quests, and all that other great stuff. If you're looking for like a Racketeer or a more advanced take on Shop Sim, this is not going to be that game. This is more in line with the cozy, wholesome variety. And it's a really great game to kind of sit down and relax and unwind too. I do wish that there was maybe like a little bit more like faster momentum at the start in terms of unlocking some of the basic progression. As we play this for I think it was like 30-40 minutes on the stream, and we were still just doing the same things over and over again. But again, this is not meant for the hardcore crowd. So if you're in the mood to do some cleaning and looking for a very relaxing time, I would give this one a play. And now for something that's not as cozy as our last game, we have Thunder Age. This is a free tower defense game that's available on Steam, with the twist is that instead of you battling waves and waves of monsters trying to get to your core, here you are trying to stop electrical surges from reaching your kind of like precious generators that will knock out power. So you're building different kind of energy conductors and towers with the intent that you have to then move that energy into kind of some kind of storage device in order for those towers to keep on absorbing energy. It is still very more on the advanced side as the tower defense goes. If you're used to kind of like the basics that we look at with some of the other examples, this one feels a lot harder to get going. You need to be kind of always attaching some kind of power receptacle to your towers themselves. You can upgrade towers. You'll eventually get the ability to wall and create mazes. So for being a free game, I would say this one is worth a check, but it is certainly going to be for someone who's already advanced at tower defense gameplay. And now for something a little bit different. Our next game is Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. I opened a portal to hell in the FAVELA, trying to revive Midaya. I need to close it. That is the name of this one. You can probably tell this is not going to be your incredibly polished future evolution of boomer shooters. This is a Quake-inspired shooter filled with guns, lots and lots of loud music, and so many references, Easter eggs, and more regarding Rio de Janeiro and Brazil that I will ever know. The story is that we apparently revived a famous musician in Rio de Janeiro, but unfortunately we've also caused everyone to become possessed by demons. And the only way to save Brazil and possibly the world is to kill a whole lot of things that stand in your way. As I said a moment ago, our physics and gunplay are straight out of Quake, as you'll be running at full speed, shooting lots and lots of enemies, and I'm sure they even use some like the same like sound effects or very similar aspects of Quake here. Each level will go in a very different places. The footage that you're seeing is from when the game was in early access, and if you're watching this video on the same day it was posted, the game just hit 1.0, and we'll probably give it another look then. I found this one to be, well, interesting to play. While it does, again, operate much like the classic boomer shooters, there's a good variety in terms of level design, the sheer WTF-ness that this game is going through. Like I said, if you're looking for the next ultra-polished take on a shooter, this is not going to be that title. But if you're in the mood for something a little bit weird and with a whole lot of guns, I would give this one a try and see if it works for you. And we're really like switching things up between these games. Our next title is Beastieball. The footage you're seeing is taken from early access and may not represent the current version of the game. This is if Pokemon, volleyball, and a sports anime were all combined into one. In a world that is dominated by Beastieball, where trainers go out to collect all manner of cute, adorable critters and then have volleyball matches. It's up to you to become the best dang trainer / coach in the world. And you're going to have to go out, collect lots of beasties, get into league tournaments, and of course raise your ranking and sponsorships. Our gameplay here is kind of, I guess in a way, it's like turn-based volleyball. The object is of course to score a hit, as your beasties will kind of move either to the front or back of their side of the field. Different abilities can be used. The different beasties come in different types that will also reflect what kind of skills they'll get, strengths, weaknesses, just like the different Pokemon elements, and you get the picture. So there's a lot more to this one in terms of where characters will move to, how you set up the ball shots, and it is a little bit more on the trickier side. Like for me, I had some trouble kind of determining where to move my characters up or down, or I should say back or forward, and whether or not they were going to actually like be able to return a ball. Now the league battles can be a bit on the challenging side, as you really do need a coordinated team in terms of abilities as well as matching the opponent's strengths in order to have a chance at beating them. So I really do like what I'm seeing with this one in terms of the original take on these designs, and I am curious to see where it's going to go when it hits 1.0. So if you're a fan of volleyball and Pokemon, and you've always been looking for the mix between the two, I would give this one a try. And for our last game, we're once again very much switching the tones up with Sorry We're Closed. This is a survival horror love story choose your own adventure shooter. Yep, I think that just about sums it up. We play a woman who, after a very nasty breakup, has apparently found someone else who's interested in her. Unfortunately, it's a demon obsessed with love, and they have cursed her that if we do not figure out how to break it, we will be trapped as part of their kind of slave / harem for all eternity. Our gameplay here feels kind of like a mix between like a Silent Hill style survival horror with that of the first person combat of Killer 7. You'll explore a variety of environments, and using your third eye, you can shift the environment from kind of normal to demon. You'll also use this ability in order to attack enemies. You'll be able to spot kind of hearts on the enemy that you can use or hit to do maximum damage and stun them. You'll have to make use of this quite often, as enemies will be coming at you from all angles. There are of course boss fights, and the game does feature multiple endings. How you decide which NPCs to work with and which quests to go after will push your character in different directions, which will in turn affect the story. It's a very charming and unusual take on the genre nonetheless, and you'll be seeing a lot of strange characters and strange monsters to go with it. I would recommend this one if you're looking for a different take on the survival horror formula, and it is one that I want to try and go back to if we have the time to kind of see where the story will lead. So if you are a hopeless romantic looking for a little horror to go with that, I would give this one a play. And with that, another showcase comes to an end. What did you think about these games? If you'd like me to look at your game for a future stream and showcase, please get in touch. With that, enjoy all the horror, love, bullet heaven, and Brazil that this showcase has offered, and I will see everyone next time. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more of my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.